Hey everybody, just fixing my light a little bit here. As I'm waiting on you guys to kind of come on, I'm just going to kind of hang out a little bit. I think I have the battery in wrong. I never know what side these like flat batteries go in. So I was going to come on at like 8:15, I think it was, and then 8:30, like 8:15 grabbed me, and then 8:30 was here before I knew it. But I'm here now, I promise. Maybe I just need a new battery. I'm going to try it one more time, the other way. Hey everyone. As you guys are coming in, if you are new, welcome. Hi, my name is Tanya, Titanium Built, and welcome to my live. And if you're a returning subscriber, either way, if you could just drop a hey, hi, hello, something in the comments, let me know you're here. Well, it's official. I think I just need a new battery, which I just got that remote. That's really weird. Grab something really quick over here. And okay, yeah, I know. I know. I was supposed to take tonight off. I was supposed to take a break today, but of course, true crime just does not sleep. So neither do I. So that's why we're here. Also, if you are new to my channel, you're wondering why I have this lovely eye patch on, it's because I did have a couple surgeries done on my eye and then on my ear last Friday. So I'm just in recovery mode. And what better time than Halloween, the spooky season? I've been called a pirate twice by actually two little girls in Target, two different times. So I think that's pretty awesome that it was the girls that were calling me out for being a pirate. That's why my hair is up in this lovely bun too, because I have to put all of this lovely gel in my ear. And of course it gets in my hair. So sorry I don't look so awesome for you guys this evening, but you know, your girl will be back in like 4 days. I get this off on the 31st. So we've got some people in. I just this is gonna sound so random, but I just like now discovered that like YouTube has like a live button at the top. I know that sounds really naive, I guess, to not think that they would not have one, but I just never used to watch YouTube as much as I do now. And now that's all I watch. And there's a lot to just go over and dissect and see what's going on in the world. So as you guys are coming in, if you would let me know where you're from, who you know, who your favorite, maybe who your favorite creator is on YouTube, that would be nice to know. I forgot to check my comment section before I came up because they was on fire this morning. They were like lighting me in the butt, I felt like. There we go. I'm going to take illustrations and stop for these. Okay, maybe we'll read these ones out loud. Okay, sorry, I just got to reply back really quick because I'm like, whoa. I was someone I caught a show that Bullhorn Betty was doing. And I caught like the first one I ever watched of hers was just a couple days ago. So I was not familiar with her or the way that she does things. And I think I said something like she was a firecracker. So someone's like, didn't you say she was like a firecracker or something? I'm like, yeah, but that was before I had only watched 10 minutes of her live. So I have to apologize for that because that woman is more than a firecracker. But yeah, I just thought that was funny. Because the girl that was saying it, she doesn't mean any harm. That's funny. Okay. I'll look at that stuff later. Anyways, hey, Miss Kylie. She's listening, she said. Yeah, if you guys just want to drop where you guys are from in the comments below. I need to get something up higher right here. I have this cute little table, but you can't even see it. And then I feel like I'm constantly looking down, and I hate not being able just to constantly be looking up at you guys. I know some other creators do that, and they'll the whole time that you're talking to them, their camera's like in a weird angle or something, and they're looking maybe at their chat or something, so they're not looking at you the whole time. And I don't know, try to be as personal as I can. So, hello, Jam. Oh, thank you. I like your name, Jam420. Well, all is doing very well. Other than, the eye patch. It does come off, and we are counting down 4 days. So that is right. Okay, because I've disappointed myself before on dates. Yeah, I get it off on the 31st. But for some reason, they changed that date because in my planner, it was on the 27th. So I don't know, but that's fine. We'll just get it off then. I'm ready to get this mask, or I keep calling it a face mask or an eye mask. But I'm ready to get the eye patch off. I'm just ready to be back to myself a little bit more. Plus, I don't like wearing my hair down and not having a bunch of stuff in it from them cutting my ear. But I'm so glad that you love the channel. I am so glad. So there might be some new people in, and if not, then maybe catching on a replay. If you ever do catch one of my lives on a replay, just hashtag replay in the comments. That way I know that you're watching on a replay, because I do check out the comment section all the time. Y'all know that. And I always try to at least, like your comment or support it and comment as much as I can on those as well. And I did get through my emails today. That was as of like 3 o'clock. So I was doing pretty good. I did take a break. I know that I said I was going to take the whole day off yesterday, but I decided to come on because first thing this morning, it was just all kinds of stuff. I was just like, really? Like, I don't know. I was just like, I'm not going to take today off. So I got some things done that I needed to get done, and I have some stuff with me. But I just wanted to go over a couple of things because we may have some new guests in here. I don't know. My name is Titanium Built, Tanya. If you want to call me Tanya, that's perfectly fine. I go by either or. It doesn't matter. So welcome to my channel. If you are new, if you're not new and you're returning Titan, welcome back, guys, because I love y'all so much. You guys are really, really, really one of a kind. My group of people are. I even see some of you guys like in the other chat rooms, and I love it. You guys are just always like helping other creators as much as you can. I never seen any of my people that are in my chat arguing or anything like that. And I never see you guys on other panels doing that, because even if I don't talk in the lives, I'm there everywhere. And sometimes I forget, like I'll say something and then I'll forget that I wrote it or something like that. I feel bad when I do that. I'll jam me, you both. We're going to go over that in just a minute because I'm going to touch over a couple things, and then I want to do that. I wanted to do some stuff with that case because I went to do some research on that case today. I had to go out of the house, had to get out for a little bit. But I did want just to tell you guys, everybody that's coming on in, just come in, grab a drink, grab a snack, grab your blankets. If you guys haven't yet already subscribed to my channel, please do so now, or you can wait until after the live if you want to wait to see what I'm about. That's perfectly fine as well too. If you don't mind though, just hit the thumbs up button. That way I'm pushed out in the algorithm and more people will get to see my live. That way, just in case you enjoy it, maybe somebody else that will enjoy it. So those little things help me. Always comment away. I love reading the comments. I love hearing what you guys have to say. A lot of the time, you guys have some really good questions, and it's stuff that I never even thought about or never even would have thought about. So, and some of the questions that you guys had yesterday, I have some answers for, so that's even better. Let me see here. I was going to. We are going to do an open panel tonight. So as we're talking about the cases, if you guys want to come up, you guys can come up. And I do have a couple of videos and stuff to show you again and some pictures. So hopefully I can use those and nothing's copywritten or anything. But I'm just going to use them just for this whole purpose to, for educational purposes. That's all. Also, if you guys have any questions for me, this is an open Q&A as well. So you can ask me any questions that you have, even if it's about my eye or any of my old videos, any of the stuff that we're talking about tonight, of course, any cases, anything you guys have, I'll try to answer it as much as I can. Just a few things though before we get started again. I'm sorry. Please just be kind in the chat and the comments. You guys always are. I don't have mods, so I don't want to I don't have mods to be around controlling and calming everybody down. But I do have some really badass titans in here that are on it when we get some people in here that we don't need in here. You guys are literally on it. I love that. I love that so much. I actually was on a chat and when I did a panel the other night and a guy came on the panel. I forgot. I don't even know why I didn't tell you guys this the other night, but so I told you I was on the panel. It's Behind the Crimes with Michelle Sutton, and I was on her panel, and a guy came on the panel, and he had I forget his name now, but he had the most soothing, calming voice. He sounded like a DJ, like a radio DJ, late night from the early 90s, late 80s. I don't know, early 90s maybe. He had soothing, seductive voice. Well, I didn't think I didn't think about it after I got off the live or anything about the guy. But then I noticed today that another channel was doing something over it. So I laughed in my head because her chat had already when he came up on panel, because it was an open panel, they had already got his name, knew who he was on his YouTube page, knew that he was cool. I'd already looked at his videos to know if he was in there trying to troll her or me or whoever, or if he was a decent person, because he was just kind of lost in a way. And yeah, I just thought it was so funny because it took another channel, even another channel was trying to see if this guy was suspect, but he wasn't. He was just wanting to come on panel. I just thought it was funny. And so yeah, if you guys have never been on a panel before and you want to come up, you guys can. Just be kind and all that good stuff. And then if you do come up on panel, if you don't want to show your face, that's perfectly fine with me. And just try to show it to me or just show it on camera for just a second. That way I don't have anybody crazy, coming in on a panel that's has a different face, Because what if Miss Kelly really isn't the sweet older woman that we all know as Miss Kelly? I'm just kidding, Miss Kelly. We know that you are the sweetest lady. She's listening in tonight, she said. So if she doesn't see the chat. Hi, Miss Smith. So what was I at? Yeah, so I think that's all I really have. Oh, and then somebody asked me the other day if I had any background in, what was it? I forget what the exact wording was of, maybe journalism or something like that. I don't have a journalistic background, but I do have a background in criminal justice. I have my bachelor's degree in criminal justice and applied science. So I guess I do know some of the laws pretty well. That, and I'm from a small town and we broke a lot of laws, so we got to know them really quick. Just kidding about that last part. But there was a lot of people in my town that broke the law, so we were always busy reading the paper trying to figure out who got in trouble for what. Oh, thanks, Miss Smith. Miss Kelly said she heard me. She's laughing. I was talking about you actually, Miss Kelly, to my boyfriend yesterday, and I told him about how your reading glasses were on your head. She couldn't talk to us in the chat. I think it was yesterday morning or the day before. She couldn't find her glasses, and I said, Miss Kelly, I don't want to sound like I'm putting you down or anything, because I said, but my mom used to do this, and I said, were they on your head? And they were on her head. And we literally had the biggest laugh because that is so funny that you were literally that far away. And I know you pretty well already. Did you guys see? I was going to do a couple updates, like just one on the Kylie, like two little things on the Kylie case, and then a couple things on the Debbie Collier case. Did I get all that right? I think I got all of it. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to do like three different things at once, three different like cases, and get stuff for them all at once, which was kind of hard to do that. So I'm going to share a couple pictures with you, and it's just pictures, so I don't think that these channels will care that I've used their pictures. But I'm going to try to make them the best that I can. Oh, Jim, I am from, if you're asking me, I'm from Ohio. Someone, I can't remember. I don't know if they're in the chat, but somebody asked me in my comment section. They said that greetings from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and they said something like in another comment. They asked me if that's where I'm from, and I've only mentioned that a couple times. So I am from there, and we do have different kind of accents. So, but it's been a long time since I lived there, but it's still like ingrained in you. So if you hear like an East Coast accent, that could be why too. But it's mostly East Southern accents. I don't know. It's just a little different, And you guys can hear me okay? I don't know if I have my mic turned up. I think I do. I think I'm blasting you guys out. She says she'll be here to chat. I'm elderly. And I told my Bridget as well. She said, for a sign of that, Mom, I'm putting you in a whole funny ones here. Yeah, I probably would have said that to my mom too, just as a joke. Oh, West Virginia. Yeah, we are neighbors. And not to say anything about West Virginia or any of our states, because including Ohio, but I thought that's where Bullhorn Betty was from. I thought she was from like Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, like over here. But no, she's from Florida, I guess. So she had me fooled. I just thought the loudness and stuff. I think it's kind of loud, that shawl. I might have to take that shawl off. Okay, so I'm going to share that picture with you guys, and hopefully I do it to where you guys can see it pretty good. But we'll see. I'm new to this stuff. I think that brings it up the best. Okay, can you guys all see that okay? Like the pictures and stuff okay? Oh, you're only 48. So you said elderly. My son I had him young, and then my two girls later. Oh, that's so funny. Sending you to a home. You can come to my home. We'll take good care of you here. Okay, I think you guys can see the pictures that I have up okay. Okay, so did you guys hear today about that they think that these pictures here are like photoshopped? This is another one that they're saying that are photoshopped and that are staged. So basically, the first picture, this one here, I don't know, can you see my mouse on the screen there? But basically, the first one is, the one of Kylie by herself. She has people in the background of her screen, and then, the one that's standing side by side is of her, of course, Lindsay, her mother, and then Kylie smiling. Well, today I was doing research actually for this, and it was on this channel, and I think it's the CNY. Whenever I back up of it, I'll tell you. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad about. Is this the CNY family? I can't remember. No, this one is Walt's the Obsession. I'm sorry. Walt's the Obsession. I'm sorry. But she was saying that she thought that these pictures were photoshopped, and that the second picture here is like the first picture here she's saying is the original picture, and that the second is photoshopped. Or I'm sorry, vice versa. I'm going to give you my explanation because I just really jacked that one up. Okay, so when you see these pictures, my explanation for these ones, and that they said that they're photoshopped. So, okay, let me start that one over. I don't know why I'm so tongue-tied tonight. The first picture with her and the people in the background, they're saying is a doctored picture. and the second one is the original. And people are asking why they cut the background with the trees and like put the trees in the background. So basically what I'm saying is, what I think is that the first picture is in fact the original picture that was taken the day of her graduation, it looks like, because it looks like she's wearing her graduation like cap and gown. If you can see the zipper there. So I think that that is her graduation picture, and I think that the people behind them, they later cropped the people out and put in a background of trees. Does that make sense? I can go over it again. Let me know in the chat, because that is kind of confusing. I really confused that one a lot. I'll just say it again. So what I'm trying to say is the first picture that's pictured there with Kylie alone is like the original picture that they pick, that they posed together for, or whatever. And after they got the pictures, they're looking through their phone, she probably realized, hey, there's all these people in this background. There's a guy like holding a yellow something ugly, like aesthetic reasons. Kids are like all about that word right now, and they're all about aesthetics and like the way that things look. So what if that's why they put the trees in the background? I don't know. What do you guys think? And then I was thinking, like, just a super simple explanation. Super would be the second reason is it could be literally the same like the same party. Like these two pictures are of the same party, but literally just a different angle. Like what if you just turned them around like 180 or something, and they had a different background? The picture on the right her face appears glowier. I don't know if you guys noticed that, more like if she has like a filter on her face compared, to the first one here. I think this one she looks lighter, like maybe the sun's hitting her in a different light. Also, this lady, Waltz the Obsession, said, she said that, what's it say? I have to look at the picture again, guys. I'll have to think about it. I'm sorry, guys. I was turning this back and I completely, like, my brain has been going screwy. What was she saying about the picture? It was like a breakthrough moment. I just had it and then I like completely lost it. What was she? Oh, okay. So she was saying that she thought that picture was taken at like a truckie convention or something. She was like, I don't even know where this picture was taken at. Like maybe something for the community, like a truckie convention. Well, I mean, I think I just disproved that maybe right there by showing you. It looks like she's wearing her cap and gown, like her gown. You can see the zipper going up, and it looks like it had like the fold almost there. Asian old lady, I don't know if you are here to talk to us or not. Okay. But what do you guys think of that? Do you guys think of those pictures? Did you see the pictures and everything clearly? I just think that it could be either like a simple explanation for that, like those pictures is, she was maybe turned this way facing the sun in one and then facing this way in another one. I don't know, just like a little bit more to a different direction. They do crop things out of the back of pictures all the time. My boyfriend actually told me that he can do that with his phone. You can't. I have the iPhone 13. You can't do that with my phone. You can do it with his though. I guess you can crop out the background. Maybe you can do it with mine. I don't know. And then you can like replace it with something else. Do you guys have that like on your phones, on your personal phones? Do you guys have that? Drop that in the comments. Do you guys have where you can change out the background? Because I know the iPhone 14 you can take like a picture and then take your body like cropped out and then place it into another picture. Obviously those phones weren't around when this happened, but I'm just saying it is possible on those phones. And I think my boyfriend has like some sort of Google phone. I'm gonna put up. Let me see. Oh, and then I had something else I was going to show you. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so I was going to show you now. It's another like conspiracy, but I wanted to show you another picture. Let's see if I have it. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys another picture here in a minute. Are we all still okay in the chat? Are we alive? You guys are very lively tonight. Normally you're talking a lot more. Oh, I'm going to actually write something in the chat. Just put this in there, that way if anyone comes in. Alright. Oh, I just put mine on there. Just put me on there. Why did I do that? Let's see. Okay, now let me see if I can show you the other picture that I was going to show you guys. And then we can move on and we can move to the next case. I had to bring this like little pillow in with me tonight. It says, "Be the person your dog thinks you are." Isn't that funny? I think that's so cute. I need to get pillow covers for them, so I'm been like moving them all around the house because they match nothing that I have. I don't really have anything that's black. This chair looks black, but it's more of a blue. Okay, so I put the open panel up there. I just wanted to make sure that was up there. Okay, so I'm going to show you the next two pictures really quick, and then we will move on from this, and we'll get with the next. I'm not the fastest at this stuff, guys. Sorry. Okay. Okay, can you guys see that okay? Reconstructing Leslie, how are you doing tonight? Let me know if you guys can see the picture okay. Just want to check something really fast. Okay. So you can see the picture. Okay. So people are speculating, and this was right before I got on, so I was like the last couple things I was talking about. That's why I really didn't have my notes very well put together. But they're speculating, and they have a reason to, I guess, that the two cars in these pictures are different, and they are. So, and I'm not saying that they're not. So I'm going to show you the first picture is the first missing person flyer that they put out for Kylie, the one for the $10,000 reward. So you see that this is her Honda CRV. Check out, the hubcaps, Honda CRV. And then if you look at, I think it's not going to let me share between that. Okay, so then if you look at the second picture, let me put this banner off of there. So now you see the car down here. So this is a little different. The hubcaps are different. This has a like almost like a body kit on it. So I'm going to show this one for a minute, and then I'll flip back to the other one, and then I'll let you know what I think about why they're different. And this one is on the missing person flyer that was for the $40,000. So this one was a newer flyer, and the first one I showed you was her first missing person flyer. And then this is the first one. See, like it does look different under here. The rims are different. Okay. I want to point out also before I like close out of the window that actually I'll just leave it on here. I want to point out that these are two different cars. We all know that. But I do have a good reasoning behind why I think that these are two different vehicles. Vehicle in the first photo is what I think that it was like a Google search for a 2013 Honda CRV stock, and they plastered it on a missing persons flyer with the reward money because they were just trying to get the information out there quickly as they could because they were searching for Kylie as a missing person, at the time. They were just trying to get the information out. That's truly why I think that this car is listed and pictured here. Because if you can see in the front here, it does not have a license plate. There is no front license plate. So this car isn't even it's not legal to drive in the state of California. In the state of California, you have to have both a front and a back license plate that is showing, and you can have a wrapped, the car vinyl wrapped front license plate, but you have to have a front license plate. So right there, it shows you that this car wasn't even hers because it doesn't even have a license plate on it. I mean, I guess it still could be hers, but I don't think it is. And then if you check out the second one again, down here, it has the front license plate. It's kind of hard to see on there, but it does have it. It's just kind of blurred out. So what do you guys think about that? Like, do you think that sounds like rational? I mean, I'm just trying to rationalize some stuff here. That way, I didn't know if anyone would bring it up in the chat like later on, and I figured why not address the things that I've seen today right before we start everything else, Because right when I was getting on to, I found out some more information about the W. Collier case too. So I was like, wow, there's some information coming out, like a little bit of information here and there. This was just two kind of conspiracy things that I saw. Not like conspiracy. I don't want to say that they're trying to like start a conspiracy or anything, but I was just trying to, help in my way. Like this is what I think that could be the reason why those photos look like the one looks photoshopped, they said, and the second, being her car, and that one being different than the first flyer. And I really don't know what that proves about anything. Even if they were like two different cars, which they are, I don't know what that proves. Like, what do you do after that? So I'm not sure. If anyone knows what you do after that, let me know. Because it's like, I don't understand. Oh, and Reconstructive Leslie, thank you so much for asking me how I am. I am feeling better. I am. I'm feeling pretty good today. I get this off. I think I told you, I don't know if you're in the chat yet, but 4 days. So I'm pretty excited about that. When I asked him what we were going to do, he said, we're going to try to put your prosthetic back in. That's kind of scary, but okay. And then hopefully it'll go in and I'll be fine. And I won't have to get it like remolded or anything. CHP isn't releasing that black box data. I'm wondering if FBI has it because they're investigating further. A simple accident does not take this long, even when there's a death. That's right. And the black box is there because when I was in my car accident in 2014, there was a black box in that car because I asked about it. I looked it up by the VIN number. You can look it up by the VIN number of the vehicle. It'll tell you if the vehicle has a black box in it. But for some reason, the officers, they don't like releasing it. I don't know why they wouldn't do it in mine either. Mine wasn't a death investigation, so it wasn't even near as bad as this. But they wouldn't even release it to me, like for me to have. I don't know why. I never really knew why. I should call and ask them about that. Just ask them like what their excuse was. Because I remember they wouldn't give me the data out of it. And I maybe because I wasn't the driver, but I don't know. But it does, I know when I looked it up, it says like, it'll tell you like your speed. It'll tell you like your speed, your point of impact, like, how fast you were going when you like, hit, how fast like both of it, I guess, times 2, you know, if you're hitting something solid. But I don't know. There's so many things, and I think that's what it is too. There's going to be so many cases that have like so many questions that we just probably won't get an answer for. And I think that with us being one of those communities, and even now, like different generations, we want that answer. We like need that answer. I do anyway. I know I do. I need an answer. I like to have an answer for everything. So let's see if my notes are in order, because I was going to talk about the Debbie case for a minute. And then I wanted to just go over a little bit of the Quinton, some of the stuff with the Quinton Simon case, because I had some stuff, good stuff to go over, which was kind of stuff that we went over yesterday, but I got some more like stuff, details, I guess, sorted out. So I watched today, I think it was on Court TV. I think it was like a 30-minute episode they did on, I think they have it on their YouTube also. And it was about the Debbie Collier case and how it, you know, if it was like what the ruling was going to be, you know, officially ruled. So I don't know why I'm missing like a paper. I think it's right here. Okay, so the first update that we got about like her case, that was that it was not a kidnapping and it wasn't a suicide, like the first ever. I'm just going to go through like the kind of like the timeline of things, and then where we're at now and what they're saying now. On September 30th, there was no information or evidence to show that this was like a random person that did this. They didn't believe it was random or an act of a serial killer, which I thought that was really weird that they use the word serial killer. Like, I hope we're not going to start using that word freely like that. But I don't know. That just seems really free. Like, I'm not trying to like say anything or conspire anything about it. It's just a weird word to use. They believe that it was deliberate and personal, and that was September 30th. That's when they were saying that. October 26th, and that's what we're up to now, is we then heard it could have been, this was yesterday, we talked about it in my live. I don't know if you guys remember us talking about it, that it could have been either, they were saying that it could have been an unaliving, or she could have unalived like herself, you know, and done this to herself. But I want to note that this is how they found her. So this is where I think a lot of the questions are going to still be around. So when they found her, they located the red tote bag and a partially blue tarp, and eventually the victim's partially nude and burnt body, I don't know if I can say that, grasping a small tree down a ravine, and the victim was no longer with us, unalived. I don't like that word either. But that's what I'm gonna have to go with, I guess. But that's how they found her. So they found her like located with the red tote bag, partially burnt blue tarp. So the blue tarp, and that's when they like, I guess they're kind of like walking up on her, and then they find her partially nude and burnt body. And that's when she was grasping the small tree down a ravine, and the victim was found deceased. And an arson investigator was brought in, and we were like in between, like, I don't know, there's so many cases I feel like that was like piled on so fast that I didn't get to do a lot in the beginning of the Debbie Collier case. So I did a few videos now, but I didn't know that they brought an arson investigator in at the time, which I guess it makes sense, but I didn't think about that for just being like, because it's just a small, I don't know, small fire. I don't know why I thought that. I just did. I guess that was naive of me. But they brought in, and he did find that there was an accelerant near or on the shirt. If you were in the chat yesterday, somebody asked about if they had found any burnt remnants of like a gas can around her. And I couldn't answer the question at the time because I wasn't sure, but we were all assuming that, I forget, one of us said no, that it would all be burned up. But me and a couple other people, we didn't think it would all be burned up. There would be at least trace or part of it, you know, because if you think of a gas can, they're either made of like aluminum metal, or they're made of like that really hard plastic. So I just thought there'd be something. Well, I guess they found what appeared to be like gasoline remnants underneath of the car. Now I don't know what that means. I don't know. Could it have been that little torch lighter she had? You know those little torch lighters, like they have. I have one in the other room, I think, for lighting candles. But they have like a little bit of like butane or something in them. I don't know if that could even do anything. But if you're thinking about Family Dollar and you're thinking about their products, they might not be up to code. If you're lighting that, I don't know. Because when I get to what they're saying she did, what could have happened now, the scenario that could happen now, it makes sense that this lighter could have maybe combusted or something. I'm not sure. I'm no arson investigator. I am just a content creator. But I'm here to give you all the facts. So basically, what the our fire investigator concluded was they said that she was in a vehicle when the fire started. So she was in her vehicle when it started. She was then able to get out of the car, and instead of stop, dropping, and rolling, you know, how we're all kind of taught, they think, and I can see people doing this also because I've seen a case where someone's done this. She took off running, in which like that accelerated the flames. And then maybe, you know, as she's running down, she hits the ravine, she grabs onto the tree or something, and she's, you know, that's how she's found. But that's kind of the narrative that we are left with, and that's kind of like all we have to work with now. So, you know, my timeline that I gave yesterday, we did the timeline, you know, going over, you know, from like her trip to this, you know, when she was with her daughter the night before, to her trip to the store, you know, to her leaving the Family Dollar, to them finding her, you know, recovering her vehicle and then finding her. And then today, you know, I went from the 26 kind of to what we are going with now. So, because I got a couple minutes to do some more homework. But we are waiting on an autopsy, and I'm sure toxicology, they'll do that. If she inhaled anything beforehand, before this, they'll be able to test for that, like carbon monoxide, debris. I'm assuming debris like in the lungs, throat, nose, mouth. Sorry, my eyes like itching. I have to pull my mouth, or my little cover there off. Those things are like killing me anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I still know that what I said yesterday is extremely rare for a woman to do this to herself. And I just don't understand why a woman would do that to herself. So they will be checking for all of those different things. But as far as, I guess the arson investigation is over, but I didn't get a chance to grab notes on it to look it up. So I'm not sure if what I just read is what they're saying, or if the investigation is, I mean, I'm assuming that's what the fire investigation is saying. You guys are a quiet bunch tonight. If you guys are new in the chat, please drop your name if you'd like, or you can just tell me where you guys are from. Say hey, hi, hello, I'm here. And then anybody that's watching this on a replay, please hashtag replay and where you're from. We love to know where everyone's at. I forgot to put that booth on my thing. I meant to make her a banner. I don't think this really does anything for her, but you know, it puts her name out there. You always put her on the banner there. Let's see. I can almost take the Kylie one down because I feel like, you know, let her rest. But if I do see stuff like, you know, like I did today, if I see something and, you know, I think that you guys might ask me about it, if it's true or anything like that, I'll make sure to, you know, watch it and take notes or see what's going on with it. So I'm always going to be invested in the case. I'm always going to be interested in the case. So why not watch everything I can on it, really. I like to watch a lot of different people too. What did I see? I saw some like crazy stuff today on here. It was just been a crazy day. How's everybody's day been? You're from South Mississippi? Oh, I bet you have a cute accent. I bet yours is way more southern than mine. I think everybody's about on the same time zone though tonight. I figure we might be busier in this with the open panel and stuff. Especially because I feel like there's a few videos out there today, like attacking my character a little bit, which was fine. And it was just kind of, I was just like, oh, I bet you're going to do a video about me now because I said something. But I did warn you guys in my chat yesterday. I said, if you guys see me in someone's chat fact checking, just mind your own and don't mind me because I might be being going crazy. I might be going a little loopy over there or something. I don't know. I just like to know like where people, like how people get their information. I just like to know because then maybe it'll help me in one of my like, true crime videos, obtain information. Because it's just sometimes how like easy these people get this information just dropped into their lap. Oh, and I didn't know. So I have a question for you guys. Are there like right now, there's like certain words I feel like that like people will use because they're like, I don't know, trending or something at the time. Do you guys ever notice that? And I'm not saying like trending and like, meaning like Quinton Simon, like his name. I mean like trending like different words. Like for instance, everybody in Ohio and that I know like around here, they all love to use the word aesthetic now. Like, oh my gosh, my aesthetic, meaning, your background and your vibe and your clothing and just like your personality and like everything about you is like your aesthetic. That's the word that they are using where I'm from. Is there a word like that where you guys are from that everybody is just using, just freely using it? Let me know in the comments if you could think of anything, because I'll tell you a funny story. Earlier today, there was somebody that was making fun of true crime creators, and somehow my name got popped in there. I mean, I'm a true crime creator, but they put me in with like a group of people that I don't even really, a class of people I don't even like go with, but it was like here or whatever, near here nor there. But he said, I'm putting her name in here because her face gets on my nerves or something like that. And so I thanked him for the compliment because my mom, like she raised me right. And she always said, if someone gives you a compliment, Tanya, you tell them thank you. And so I did. And then he said something else. I don't even remember, but he's like, are you gaffed? Like GAFT? Or are you just something? And I thought he meant like deaf. And I don't know why I saw that. Maybe I'm like dyslexic, but I saw that word when I saw gaffed. And it made me laugh because I'm blind. That's the only reason why, in one eye. So I was like, no, I'm not gaffed. I'm just blind. Yeah. Gaffed, I didn't even know what it meant. I'm not going to lie. So I looked it up because I didn't know what it meant. It means silly. So he wasn't even using it in the correct like term anyway, because he was trying to be like mean to me, but he was saying it like silly. Like it's not really telling me off. I don't know. So I figured I would just share that with you guys because that was my morning. Learning a new word. It's great. I don't even know. It was one of those days. And then I had like two videos of some girl was like trying to like put her like name on, and I'm like, are you kidding? Like my videos are good, but they're not like the greatest. But I take I put a lot of work into my videos, guys. I'm gonna stop like complaining in a minute, but I do. So I want like I don't want other people to just take them, and I don't mind if she takes them and use them for like educational purposes, but she was taking them and like using them for just being like weird. I don't know. It was just weird. I guess I'm being gaffed. I don't even know. We're gonna have to do like I don't know, a giveaway or contest or something about who can find out like who says like the worst, craziest thing about me. Because I feel like there's really not people. No one says anything bad, but like people just, I don't know. They just like to start stuff. And I know that I say stuff about other creators too. But when I say stuff about like Bullhorn Betty, it really comes from a good place for the fact that even though she gets on my nerves, she has 25,000 subscribers or something. She could be doing so much more with her like subscribers and her like her status than what she's doing. Clearly. Because she literally walks up to whatever she does every day, puts her phone, not even her phone, her camera on there, presses play, and then talks to the camera for 3 minutes, and then walks away and lets you guys watch an empty like house, like all day. I was not you guys, but you know what I mean. I don't know. It's not entertaining to me. But I wish that I had that kind of pull to where I could have a lot more. My voice could be heard a lot further. So, if you haven't yet liked this video, please like it. Please comment. That way, if you at least like it, it'll push it out to the algorithm. That way, people will start, watching it. So, because we're just going to get into Simon Quinton case here, or Quinton Simon case. I swear I'm going to mix his name up. That's the dyslexia in me. I'm sorry, guys. And then, like I said, if you guys have any questions for me as we're talking about any of the topics, I'll stop talking or whatever, and we can, go over questions, Q&A, open Q&A. If anybody wants to come up on panel, they can. Just let me know, and I'll let you in the back room there. All you do is just click on the StreamYard tab there, and then click to sign in by your YouTube. That's what I use to sign in anyway. And then I just let you in the back door that way. So before we, so I'm like, while we're talking about the Quinton Simon case, I did want to get your guys' opinion. One more thing about the Debbie Collier case. What about the car accident that she was in? Do you remember? Okay, she had that rental car. She was driving that Pacifica. It was a rental car. Wasn't it because her car was in the shop due to a car accident that she was in? Do you guys know that? Also, second part of that question would be, if she was in a car accident prior to all of this happening, do you think that maybe she hit her head in that car accident, didn't realize that she hit it hard, didn't go to the hospital, maybe was concussed, had a concussion from it, and maybe that could lead all into why everything happened the way it did? I don't know. I'm just trying to get us some answers. But that's what I was that's what I was maybe thinking, that I wasn't sure, and I was trying to look it up before I came on, but I couldn't find anything about it. If it was, I know I heard it somewhere though, that she had a rental. I know she had a rental car, but I can't remember what for, but I'm pretty sure it was because she was in a car accident. But I don't know if it was her or if it was Steven, her husband, driving her car or anything like that. So let me know in the comments below if you guys know if she was in an accident. And we're going to go ahead and get right on into this stuff here. We've been here about an hour. Okay. Let's see here. So we went over what I feel about, Backdoor Betty, Bullhorn Betty, whatever her name is. I mean, I wish that if she sees this video, or if she sees any of the videos that are like this one here, and I'm not trying to be mean, I'm really not. But if you are on those lives and you're screaming and hollering that you have 2,500 people watching your live right now, and this, that, and the other, and you're acting like a fool, like, instead of acting like a fool in the live, won't you have those 2,500 people say, hey, why don't you all come down here and help me? Maybe maybe half of them would go, maybe a quarter of them, maybe 2 people would go down there. Maybe they go down there and they'd help search though and do something productive. Like, there are other ways to use your social media status and your big slogan every time I hear you on there. You always talk about how people just don't know how famous you are, just how famous you are. Well, show us how famous you are. Show us what you can do. Because right now, a lot of people on YouTube are laughing at you, girl, real hard. They're laughing at you. I mean, they might be laughing at me too because I got this eye patch on, but we are all laughing together at me. They're laughing at you for all the wrong reasons. They're laughing at you because you act like you're the new Jerry Springer. You're the 2022 version of Jerry Springer. Is he still around? Maybe we can get them. Maybe we can get them together. Could you imagine them two together? Because he's actually in politics, and she thinks she is. And I'm going to tell you about the law too. I'm going to educate. I hope she is on here. I hope she comes around because I'm going to educate you guys on the laws that she's actually breaking. Because she sits there and says she doesn't break any laws. Because unlike her, I do have a criminal justice background. And not only that, I have Google and 2 fingers. Georgia laws. Hi. Miss Kelly said, Tanya, say hi to Mary and Michael. Hey, Mary and Michael. I want to see if hey, Mary and Michael, you guys better be listening to her. Miss Kelly, she knows when you're not listening. We're going to stop the whole show. There you go, Miss Kelly. I had to yell to the kids. But that's all I'm going to say. I just wish that she would use her clout for a little, good. And if not, help me then, help me do good things. Like I'm going to list here in a minute. Help me do any of these things, please. Because it would paint you with such a good light. And I feel like a lot of YouTube creators, they're painted in a bad light in the true crime community, especially right now. And I feel like there's a lot of things that we can do to better ourselves and to make us just overall better people. So they heard you. Okay. They heard me. Well, good. So, what was I going to go over first? I kind of wrote these notes out kind of skittish. Sorry. So yesterday on the live, we went over a few different things that we could kind of go and do, while not losing our voice and not having to stand in someone's yard and get arrested. Because they just had the 5th person, I think, arrested tonight on live. And Bullhorn Betty was just saying, just stand down, just stand down. She was making it way worse. She was about to make a tragedy happen. Because I just said I wasn't going to talk about her, but she did say that. She said, officer, are you going to leave bruises on him? And the officer wasn't even touching him. It was a thing. So yesterday we talked about all these good things that we can do for baby Quinton without, having to lose our voice or get arrested. And some of the things that we talked about were helping maybe his siblings that are here still, Zane and Sky. We looked up their ages, and as far as we could see and tell, and if anybody knows their exact ages or knows who has the kids, if it's Child Protective Services or what the situation is there, if you guys could drop that in the comments, let me know, or send me an email at titaniumbuiltboo@gmail.com, because that's some stuff I was trying to pinpoint 100%, before we start the fundraisers and all of that kind of stuff. But we do believe that Sky is 6 months old and that Zane is 3 years old. Let me see here. Okay. Sorry, I thought I missed one of the comments there. So we think those are their ages. I'm not sure what size clothing they would be in. If I was going to say, I would do their sizes, a couple things, and then size up the rest. And then with it being winter right now, I'm not sure how winters in Georgia are. I'm assuming that they're still pretty cold. They layer up. Things can be bulky. Things can be a little bit bigger. But we were going to do a fundraiser for the kids, basically. So, for Zane and for Sky, and things that we were going to do were like myself, I can donate we can do where I donate my super chats, and I had some dates wrote down too. Let me see here. Okay, so I did. So the 19th, and these are just like roughly. So I'm going to give you guys a better timeline next week, but I wanted to let you guys know a little like about what I want to do. And if you guys want to do it with me, you're more than welcome. And no pressure if you do not want to do it. No pressure at all. But I just thought these were things that we could do to help, the kids. So, and plus, if you think about it, I know they're only 2 and they're only 3 years old, but they're going to grow up to forever be known as the 2 kids whose mother unalived their brother, and their grandma sat back and like didn't defend them or their brother. Basically, I don't care any way you look at it. She's still there with Leilani. The kids are out of the home. They don't know what's going on, especially the 3-year-old. The 3-year-old, you know something's up when you're not around your mom or your grandmother. And you're not allowed around the TV because I'm sure they don't allow around the TVs right now. So I don't know. You just always know, something's up. So I feel like we can give them the stepping stones that they might need to actually live really good lives because they're young enough to overcome all of this. That's the only silver lining, is that they're together and they can grow up to be good people and not like their mother, I believe that. And I believe that we can help get them there. So we were going to do fundraisers. So I thought my super chats, like we can do it where all super chats and things like that. And like the donation, like the thanks button, all of those through like a certain date, like the 19th and the 20th. I think that's a Friday, or that's a Saturday, Sunday, I believe. I thought that'd be good because it's a weekend. Maybe like all of those donations can be all for buying things for, the babies. We'll just put it towards whatever, I guess, maybe that we need towards the end. So then I was going to do, I went to the post office today because I had to go down there to get this paper because I didn't know how this worked to get a P.O. box. So to apply for a P.O. box, I just have to go down and apply for it. But I'm going to there's like 5 different sizes, and she wrote like, the different like prices of them, and it's per month. So the biggest one you can get is $278. So I'm just going to actually just do the size 3. And this will be paid for. So it'll be $166. And that's just for the packages. So that way, I have a big enough spot for them to be delivered. And that way, if I'm not there, they're delivered and they're safe, because Christmas will be coming around the same time. And I figured that's a good time to do a fundraiser because people will be in the giving spirit, and in the giving, like, hopefully the holiday spirit, because none of this money is for us, of course. It's going to be for these kids. We can go out and I would get toys. We could do, and if you want to send things too, that's what the P.O. box will be for. So you guys could send, if you don't want to send like a donation or anything through Facebook, or YouTube, you can do like a gift card, like a Target. I have everything around me that you can think of. So even if it's a kid's store, we have a children's place, I believe, like in the mall, and H&M, things like that. I don't know. I think we have another. I don't know the kids stores nowadays because I know there's not like a whole lot of them left. It seems like out here, but there are like still like kids places. Wherever you guys think that I should go is where I'll go and get all that stuff. So if you want to send anything, and I'll make sure that you get the P.O. box address later this week, because I already know like a couple people are asking for that. And then that way you guys can start shipping out, items that you want to give. Like I said, the baby's 6 months and he's 3. If you want to do like toys or learning toys, or, essentials, like learning essential toys, like building blocks, things like that, I guess. Just remember, I do have to ship it out. So try not to send anything that's too super heavy, I guess. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll ship it out no matter the price. But I just don't know how many boxes I'll have to use. And, because it goes by the box, like the size of the box, and then it goes by the weight package too. So, but that's all things. Don't worry about any of that. You guys just worry about, if you want to donate to this cause. And I figured because that's a good cause. And I have more too. I'll have more. Don't you worry. I got more things. If you don't want to do that, we have more. Oh, thanks, Miss Kelly. I'm trying to be really thoughtful and kind. And, in a world where there's a lot of people that aren't thoughtful and kind, I'm trying to be. So let's see. Yeah. And then I will post things as they come in. Like, as I get them in, I will post. If you guys want to, I can even do it like by address, put your username maybe on the inside of the box or even on the packing slip, wherever I can see it to get to it, or maybe like put a note inside the box. Like this is, that would be great. If you could do that, like put a note, I'm gonna write that down, put a note inside the box with your name, your YouTube handle, like YouTube name, and your phone number, if that's okay. Only if that's okay for the phone number, and your email. And I can send you either by phone number or email. I'll send you, if you'd like, a receipt for any of the items that you sent. Like that way you'll see exactly, what you sent. It's cataloged, documented, all of that good stuff. I think I told you guys before, I own a boutique. So my name means a lot to me. So I'm not going to just put it out there for nothing. You guys can trust me, all that good stuff. And I'll make sure I email you guys, anything that you would need back. Also, I'm trying to think of other things that we can do as well. And then I'm going to move on to the laws really quick. Oh, yeah. That's sad, Miss Kylie. I will get some dates together. I was going to get a rough draft going today, because the quicker the better, right? So I want to go over, and I might do this in my next slide because this might be like actually this might take a while. But I want to learn how, and I learned this before in Ohio, but I'm not sure what it's like in doing it in another state. And I was reading over it before I got on here today. But basically, actually, let me see if I can share it with you. I think I can share it with you guys. I want to learn how to get a bill at least seen, if not passed. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to get a Quinton's bill, Quinton's law going. And then I'm just going to try to take me off the screen so it's, or just do that, I guess. Let me see here. So, do you guys know anything about how a bill is written or made or passed or any of that kind of stuff? Does anybody know anything about that kind of stuff? Okay, well, we're going to learn together. Because your girl used to know, but I don't know. I don't know if I can. Well, I guess I can't really share it too much because I can't get it to blow up. Let me see. I don't think I can get it to blow up. But I can read it if you want. So basically, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to try to read it as good as I can from where I'm at. But step one is the bill is drafted. Step two is the bill is introduced. And then, like, you can go ahead and, like, I'm not going to read them all just because it's hard for me to see with my one eye. But you can see that it does, like, go through a lot of different stages. But I think that the staging is pretty fast once you start doing it. I'm not sure. I think that you just have to get the bill to your governor. But like I said, I'm really not familiar with it anymore. I wanted to get a bill passed back when I first was in my car accident because the driver that I was riding with had minimum state coverage, and at the time in Ohio that was only required to be $12,500. So no matter what way we looked around it, because he had no assets or anything like that, and I didn't want to take any assets really from him anyway, the maximum I could get would be like half of that of the 20 or the 12,500, and then your lawyer takes 3% or 4%. So yeah, y'all know how that goes. So yeah, I'm not. I wanted to get a bill passed to up the limit on in Ohio, and I never did it, and I wish I would have. But at the time, I was really, really sick, and I was very just, not healthy to try to get a bill passed. But now that I am like healthy, why not start with Quinton? Or Quinton. I even put it on this paper under Simon Quinton. I am so dyslexic when it comes to that little boy's name. Hi, how are you? Oh, I just stopped my camera again. Oops. So let's see. But yeah, that's really all I have. Like, we can just talk about other things. I wanted to talk about these laws that she's committing over there, but I don't know if it's going to let me share it with you as much. So let me see. It's just hard for me to scroll down and read right now. Because, your girl's got her eye patch on for another 4 days. If you haven't yet liked this video, please just like this video because I get my eye patch off in 4 days. It's been like too long. Actually, tomorrow will be a week. It's only been a week. Oh, it feels like forever. And I had an eye patch on for 6 months was my longest. Wow, that's a long time. Okay, I'm over here reminiscing. So let me try to share the screen with you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so decided to write down a couple of things because people keep on saying on the lives that nobody that's down in Georgia that are protesting in front of this house right now, that they're not doing anything wrong. And they're doing a few things that it's wrong. The first one is disturbing the peace. Just Georgia courts classify acts of disorderly conduct. This is disorderly conduct, and it's a misdemeanor, so it's not a felony or anything. But individuals who are convicted can face up to 1 year in jail and fines reaching a maximum of $1,000. Despite being a misdemeanor, a disorderly conduct conviction may have a lasting impact on your personal and professional well-being. That's one of the laws that they are breaking there. And let me see if I can. I'm trying to find the one that I was really looking for too. Let's see. And then this one is, disorderly conduct. So it's so ridiculous. So, disorderly conduct. A person commits the offense of disorderly conduct when such person commits any of the following. Let's see now how many let's see how many she's personally done, Acts in a violent or tumultuous behavior or manner towards another person, whereby such person is placed in reasonable fear of the safety of a person's life, limbs, or health. Life, limb, or health. I thought that said something else, you guys. I'm trying to look something up because I thought I was going to be able to, look things up in another, faster, but I think I could do it faster with my phone. I just wanted to give you guys the definition of tumultuous. I wanted to get the actual, 100% correct definition. But so it's acts in a violent or tumultuous manner, which means making a loud, confused noise, uproaring. Wow. So she's doing that one. And they're all doing that. So acts in a violent manner. I'm sorry. Yeah, acts in a violent manner. I tried the same thing twice, guys. And then that's okay, acts in another tumultuous manner towards another person, whereby the property of such person is placed in danger of being damaged or destroyed. I hate to say this, I really do, because I don't like Leilani or Billy Joe. I don't like any of them just as much as like the next person. Really, I really don't. But you're literally doing that. You're standing on someone's property and you're intimidating them. Like they can say that about you. They can say that about her. And there's laws for that too in Georgia, intimidation laws. It's just crazy. Without provocation, uses to or of another person in such other person's presence. I can't ever say that. Atrocious or I can never say it. Or you guys know what I mean. Atrocious or abusive words, which by their very utterance tend to incite to and intimidate breach of the peace. That is to say, words which, as a matter of common knowledge and under ordinary circumstances, will, when used to or of another person in such other person's presence, naturally tend to provoke violent resentment. That is, words commonly called fighting words. I keep saying Sorry, guys. I was trying to look this one up for you guys because I knew what it meant, but I can't remember what the exact wording was. Expressing scorn or criticism. So yeah, okay. And then number 4 is one of my favorite ones by far. Ding, ding, ding. If everybody could just like this one for me real quick, because this one's a big one. This one's probably one of the biggest ones out of this whole case, because with the protesters, I mean. So where did I see it? Without provocation, uses obscene and vulgar or profane language in the presence of or by telephone to a person under the age of 14 years, which threatens an immediate breach of the peace. All those people that are protesting with their children down there right now, screaming in front of them, hollering, yelling, screaming baby murderer, all of this stuff. I said this on my live yesterday, and I'll say it again today. They all need to be looked at by CPS when this is all said and done. They all just need to be taken down one by one. That if they have their children there, and they need to be evaluated. Because you've got to be mentally unwell, and I mean this in the best terms for them. Very mentally unwell. Very. To take your child to a person's house that you said unalived their own child. In what world is that okay? In what world does a parent load up their children instead of saying, let's go to Walmart? They say, let's go to Leilani's house and scream and yell at her for a couple hours and then put some balloons in her front yard. I don't get it. It makes me red in the face. So yeah, that's kind of all I have to do read about that. But yeah, I don't know if you guys saw her, and she kept saying that she was a constitutionalist. That's what she kept saying. I should look and read and see what that says. I can't spell right now either. Like, I'm like, man, I can't even spell. I mean, okay, I was reading what, but this was constitutionalism definition. Well, I guess it's not even a word. An here an advocate of constitutionalism or of an existing constitution. Or an expert on a political constitution. So she's an expert. Just don't get it. Okay, here we go. Or it's just I don't know. I don't understand her. I don't know. I don't understand all that. But see, Leslie, you're right. And I'm right. We're right. Like, really, I mean, if you think about that, I just can't get past it. Like, you're literally taking your children with you to someone's house that unalive their own child. And you think that. You literally, and you think that. It's not like you're going and you're advocating for Leilani or something. I mean, it still wouldn't make it right. But you're bringing your kids because we can see them on camera. And even if we can't see them, we can still hear them talking. And you can hear them in the background of Bullhorn Betty's videos. She's over there screaming it up at the police. Don't bruise them. Don't bruise them. You going to bruise them? Are you going to put bruises on them? Like, I don't know what that was even. I don't know why that was even necessary, because it wasn't for her to say that. I wish there was a law against that. I wish she could just I wish there was a law against her words. Like, Betty, you can't talk for another hour. And instead of being a subscriber for an hour to have to be able to post anything under her videos, like last night, I was not going to do that. They said you have to be a subscriber for an hour to comment. So I can comment, and she's not even going to see it probably. And if she does see it, she's not going to answer me. So, and then I got to check out what's his face too. Her buddy that she's there with. I said his name earlier. I have it written down. What is his name? I thought he's just as bad. I don't know where I wrote it down at now, but I just couldn't even believe that what I saw today. Like, they're not helping anything at all. They don't even. I mean, okay. So if you're going to go to okay, let me switch gears here. Let me switch gears. As a businesswoman, if that was me, and this is the Betty, because Betty is a businesswoman. Businesswoman to businesswoman, if you're going to set up shop, outside of your home, like this is my shop. So if I was going to take my shop out of my home and go set up somewhere, you guys would still get the same video quality that you were to expect from my home. If that meant I had to go buy 15 extra pairs of sets of lights to make me glow like Beyonce, that's what I have to do. Especially if I have 25,000 people as my subscriber count, and I'm sitting there and she's not even talking in the camera, like she's eating a sandwich or something, and people are giving her super thanks and super chats. And then she comes back to the camera a few minutes later and she's like, oh, let me go back to these super chats. Yeah, like the $100 someone just dropped for you to like answer their comment that you didn't even answer, like their question. I was like, wow. I don't know. It just takes a special breed, I guess, a person to, I guess, do that and be okay with it. I just don't understand how their children are allowed, like how these children are allowed to be there. Where are CPS? They can't. I don't know. I know they can't do things like their hands are tied a lot of times, but still, you think the CPS should have more laws that to do with it than a police officer would when it has to come with children and dealing with children. I feel like CPS should know more about what is best for children than anybody. They should know what is the best for that child, and Bullhorn Betty also said that a lot of people in the neighborhood are there backing her up. I challenge her. And you have to get me receipts and show me proof now because I'm challenging you this ahead of time. But I want to see that. Like, I want to see these neighbors that are backing you up. Because I think the people that are there, it seems like sometimes she'll get on there and they'll be like, because I'm just seeing the lives, from her point of view, I guess, I wouldn't even be caring to look at that house if it wasn't just to listen to her mess. I don't know what I was gonna say about her. I just think that I don't know. It's just been going on. I don't know. I just keep thinking about every time I close my eyes and I'm trying to like say something on the live tonight. I keep thinking about her and her like yelling and just sitting in front of that house. And then just, that's what I say. Like sometimes there's not a lot of people out front and it seems like things are dying down. And then all of a sudden she comes in and then 20 minutes later, she's back on a live and there's 30 people on the road. And it's like, where'd all those people just come from? Like, it was actually peaceful in the neighborhood. Like, I don't care for Leilani and Billy Joe. Everything that I say, take that as I don't like them two women. And that's why I'm not even addressing them because they mean nothing to me. The only thing that they mean in this whole case is for them to tell us where baby Quinton is and for them to go do their time in prison somewhere. That's the only reason why I even want to talk about them. Like, that's it. The reason why I'm talking about her so much is because she's bringing the whole neighborhood down. Like the kids that live in that neighborhood, the people that live in that neighborhood, the property value in that neighborhood has probably went down so much in the last 2 weeks or week since she's been there. It just, I don't know. And then a lot of people were saying, in the neighborhood that the kids were, malnourished and stuff. I don't know how that's true. I think that I heard that somewhere that they said there was reports of a neighbor saying that, but I don't know who that neighbor was. And if that neighbor was the babysitter, maybe one and the same. I'm not saying a single thing bad about the babysitter because I love her. I love Diana. I think she's a very nice lady, but I don't know if that's the same person. Do you know what I mean? So if it's only one account and it's the babysitter, then it's not neighbors. Neighbors are not seeing the kids. And to tell you the truth, Leilani and her mom, I said this last night, they don't look like they're baking pies for the neighborhood. They don't look like they're going to go next door and borrow a cup of sugar. They're not. They're literally sitting at home all day doing drugs, drinking, doing more drugs, and probably causing drama on social media. That's probably what their life consisted of before this happened. And that's what it's consisted of after this happened. And I agree, she should be arrested. I don't understand why people say no body, no crime, because there's been plenty of crimes that are taken and prosecuted in court with an outcome, and there's been no body. We want one. We need one. We want one, but we really don't need one. I don't think that they're going to need one in the end. I don't know. What do you guys think about all this stuff? I'm going to hop off here soon. I said a lot. But I do want to try to pass a bill. That's the question I'm going to leave you guys with. What should the bill be? What should CPS have to do? What should be put in place? What has to be in place for this not to happen to another child? Is it, like I think I said yesterday, not allowing, and I don't know if this was known to CPS, but not allowing the grandparents to take, guardianship over a child if the parent is still in the home that isn't allowed to have guardianship of that child. It would have to be an outside source because you need to take the child from the guardian completely if you're going to rehabilitate the guardian. She's just going to think she can get away with it. And that's what she was thinking right here all along. She was living with mom, doing drugs with mom. Mom's enabling me. I don't have to take care of my kids. Mom probably takes care of my kids. Babysitter takes care of them the rest of the time. I finally had to take care of my own kids for a few days, a week or so, and Well, something happened. And we all know she wasn't making dinner that night. We all know she wasn't cleaning that night. We all know she wasn't giving him a bath that night. I don't think any of those are the reason why he's not here with us. All right, does anybody have anything they have to say? Don't forget to hit the like button. Slap a comment down there, Please subscribe. We do talk a lot about true crime on this channel, and we do talk a little bit about different reviews, like product reviews, trending topics, social media kind of things like that. But most of the time it's going to be true crime or anything related to injuries, a lot of injuries. So if you guys like injuries and titanium, this is like right up your alley here on my channel. I think I put everybody to sleep tonight. What time is it? It's 10:30. I've actually been staying up later. This is surprising. And then, also, if anyone needs me to, in Georgia, that's standing there protesting, if you want me to print those laws out for you and send them on down, I can do that for you. I guess they don't have Google down there. It didn't take me having a criminal justice degree to look up law in Georgia. That's the beautiful thing about Google and open source. That's all people on YouTube really use. It's just, Google and search engines. So I'll just recap, I guess, what we did go over tonight. Went over the Kylie pictures about the car. In case you're you're hitting this at the end of the live, you can kind of see what the recap was at the end. But the recap of the video really is the beginning. We kind of, debunked a couple of the pictures that came out over, Kylie Rodney with her car and the missing flyers pictures. And then also the pictures that appeared to be from her graduation party. Also, we talked about the Debbie Collier case and how at first they were ruling it, not a kidnapping, not a suicide, but now that I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that word. Sorry, YouTube. Unaliving, but now they are moving more towards an unaliving of herself. I'm really wanting to see the autopsy report because that's going to tell us a lot. We also went over, in the autopsy, it should tell us about, or the toxicology, I'm not sure which it will tell us, the throat, the mouth, the lungs, and all of that. It'll tell us maybe debris, if there was any debris or carbon monoxide, if she inhaled, anything beforehand, an accelerant, anything like that. And then we just went really into, baby Quinton's case. Oh, thanks, Leslie. I really, really, really appreciate that. Really do. I'm getting better. I'm slowly getting better, guys. I'll get there. But yeah, so what do you think about the first two cases we talked about? The Kylie Rodney case, the updates there. What do you think about, the whole thing with Debbie Collier, I'm sorry, not the whole thing, but, the whole, where they're changing it to maybe an unaliving of herself. I'm not really sure how I feel about that yet. When I look at the evidence and what she bought that day, and it's there at the scene and how it's placed, I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't I don't know. I don't think it was an accident. I don't know. I just keep saying I don't know because I'm like, I keep replying them in my head, So then we talked about, baby Quinton and Quinton Simon and all the stuff that's going on with the protesters and people not using their clout for good in those kind of times, which that's just my personal opinion. I don't think it's a good thing to be yelling in someone's yard, especially because I'm pretty sure it was either last night or tonight they said that the family had left. So basically they were there screaming at an empty house. Nobody was even in there. Make it make sense. So we wanted to do, maybe we were going to do the fundraiser November 19th and the 20th. I think those are maybe some good days to do it because Christmas is coming up. I wanted to have everything kind of ready to go out December 1st, like gift cards, gifts, and all of that kind of stuff. And and when I talk to the people, whoever I'm sending these down to, if they have the babies there and they want me to personally wrap these gifts, I will. I used to have a gift wrapping business back in the day, even with one eyeball. It's something I actually started after my car accident because, well, actually right before, but I like to do it because my hands, I like to, use my hands to do things with my hands. So I wouldn't mind wrapping them, but I could always send them down unwrapped, that way they can see what they are before they put them in front of them. Beautiful babies. And then, like I said before, I'll get you the P.O. box if you want to send an unopened, unwrapped gift. I'm going to send them all down together, like I said, but I will, if you send them like boxed together, your stuff, I can send you a receipt for anything that you send me if you want like an itemized receipt for any tax reasons or anything like that. Just put your YouTube name, your email, and if you'd like, put your phone number in the box and like tape it somewhere where it won't get lost. And I can take a picture of the contents and stuff as well. That way, y'all know what they're getting. And also as I'm getting things and collecting things in, I'll be putting that on the community tab. That way you guys know what we have and what we will need. That way we don't buy the same things. I think that'll be really good. We can always do even Amazon gift cards, anything like that. If you feel comfortable sending those, I can, like I said, send you any itemized list that you guys would need for that. And I can show you exactly what I'm buying with that money that you're giving me. I can even do it if someone gives me 25, go spend exactly 25 and show you, not wait to get it all together. I could try to do it that way. With it being Christmas, it might be a little harder, but I could do what's in the can for you guys. So that's going to be it for your girl. I need to get my lighting better. I don't know why I look so dark behind me. Maybe it's my dark clothing or something. I have 3 lights on me right now and 2 behind me, so it makes no sense. But my dogs are at the door, so pretty sure I'm going to go sleep with my girls. Oh, and I guess on my video, this girl that was wanting to make fun of me, I guess I said something about muffling my dogs. I meant by muffling them was like muffling them like because they were barking in my live one day, and I meant like, when you put a muzzle on a dog, it like keeps their mouth kind of closed and they don't bark. My dogs don't have those, but when I think of muffling and muzzle, I don't know, it's the same to me, like it sounds the same. So that's why I said that, and I don't know why I'm even explaining myself, but I'm just like, because that girl like she's never heard of a Southern accent. Like, it'd be the worst accent ever. Surrey cannot understand a word I say ever. Like, I'm talking to my watch, and it says nothing that I say. It's different language, I'm pretty sure. Talking to my computer, do that the same way, and it'll nothing. But it'll hear something on YouTube, someone else talk, and it'll pick up the words perfectly. So I'm sorry, maybe I just don't speak very clearly. So I will work on that. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me this evening. If you guys haven't yet, like this video, push it out into the algorithm so that Bullhorn Betty can use some of that goodness for good. And I will see you guys in my next live. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow. I'm sure it will be. But if you guys haven't yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to be alerted to all my new videos because I do post pretty frequently. If you would like to join my channel, I would love to have you. You can do so by clicking the join button below. All super thanks are greatly appreciated, but are not necessary. And I really appreciate you guys spending the evening with me, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye, guys. Good night, Leslie. Oh, and then one more thing before I get off. If anyone has anything to say, please speak now or forever hold your peace. Until tomorrow. Actually, can you guys just like give me okay? So if anyone has anything they want to release tomorrow, like videos or anything like funny about me, because like YouTube is, Could you guys like not do that until Saturday? Because I need a break. I need a day off tomorrow. Just kidding, guys. I love you. You know I'll probably be here tomorrow. Then I will see you guys in my next video.